Hello friends, myself Prateek Kumar Dinkar. I am the student of MBBS Final Professionals Part 2 in King George's Medical University, Lucknow, and I am the founder of Medilens as well. Friends, in my second series of minutes, I have covered session with Miss Sonali Devnani. Miss Sonali Devnani is one of the most influential photographer I have came across with. She has just more than 3 to 4 contests in Medilens as well. She is a storyteller and a freelancer photographer. Currently, she is a travel photographer by profession, and she has directed and produced many documentaries based on common life in Varanasi and in Rajasthan, many places which are in the outskirts of Maharashtra. Friends, this session is going to be very important because I have tried to cover all the important points which are necessary for a photographer or those who are in medical or any other profession and they want to manage to get to their passion as well. So guys, let's get started.
Hi,
Hello, good morning, ma'am.
morning.
Welcome to Minutes, ma'am. It's a series I have started where I cover the sessions with the influential photographers. Ma'am, first of all, I would like to thank you for your contributions to Medilens, as you have judged our 3 to 4 contests, I guess. Yeah, three to four contests, and I'm really very grateful to you.
Thank
So,
you.
let's start with your interview. So, ma'am, how can you define yourself? Like I ask, who is Sonali Devnani? Then how can you define yourself?
I think I can say I'm a storyteller. I prefer myself to be a storyteller than a photographer or a documentary filmmaker because eventually, whatever form of media we use, whether it's photos or whether it's videos, we are actually narrating either a person's story or a story of a place or some situation that someone is in. So I think I describe myself as a storyteller.
Ma'am, would you like to share any of your story which you like or which you have from where you have started and how do you get to photography?
Yeah, I think for me it was when I was traveling and I was meeting all these different people, and obviously because I'm a portrait photographer, I talk to people before I take their photo, or I talk to them after I've taken a very candid moment. So when I started talking to people, I realized that there is so much that they want to say that we usually don't. आप कभी भी राह चलते तो किसी को पकड़ के पूछेंगे नहीं कि और बताइए फिर आपके लाइफ में क्या चल रहा है. The only reason why I've been able to do is because of my camera.
Yes,
So
yes.
there are so many stories in that manner. It actually makes you see the world in a very different light. We always live in a bubble and we know what is good or bad for us, but when you actually see it from someone else's point of view, even your own views on life change because you are learning from that person. So there's so many stories and experiences that have come in my journey where I have changed as a person because of those people as well.
Ma'am, are you a full-time photographer or just a freelancer?
I am a freelancer. I'm an independent documentary filmmaker, freelance again, and I am an freelance photographer as well. Of course, to earn money, travel photography is not going to fetch you a lot of money. Of course, if you sell your prints and everything and do exhibitions, yes, but otherwise you have to shoot families or babies or birthday parties and stuff like that. So I freelance in all of these fields as well.
And ma'am, when do you have started your career in photography? Like at what age? After college or something? When do you have started your?
Yeah, I started my career very, very late. I only got into photography maybe, very seriously into photography, I can say about 6 years ago, 7 years ago. But I think I've been doing it for the past 10 years. But travel photography and everything came about 6, 7 years ago. I studied my master's in journalism 4 years ago. So documentaries came 4 years ago. So yeah, you can say about 6, 7 years very, very seriously.
And ma'am, before photography, you were in some other profession or something like that?
Yeah, I was
Like you
my
said that
bachelor's.
you are masters in journalism. So were you journalist? You have
No,
any
my
experience of being
bachelor's
in
was
journalism?
in commerce and economics, and then I studied jewelry design. So I have studied two very different things, and then photography is the one that made me study journalism. So it's been a very different journey for me.
Means you have started your career as a journalist and then you switched to photography. Is it something like
No,
this?
I started as a freelance photographer, and then I got into journalism.
So, ma'am, how did you become interested in photography?
I had I had a daughter about, and I wanted to take
Like
nice
you
photos
just,
of the baby.
ma'am, and like you have said that you are a bachelor's in commerce. That's a totally different thing. And then your interest in photography led you to do masters in journalism. Then so like what did you inspire most?
I mean, I just wanted to take nice pictures
to
of
get
my
into
family.
photography?
I had a child and she was a newborn, and like every mother who wants to take very nice photos of their child, that's what I started doing. That's why I got a camera. I bought a camera. I learned how to use it, and that was it. I didn't really know that I would fall in love with the camera. As a child, I never took the camera, and I did. A lot of children like photography and they do all of this. I never did any of that. So for me, it was like, oh wow, I love it, and people really liked the photos that I was taking. So I think that's what it was. It just came in. It was just an interest because a hobby because
That's
of
very
home.
important.
That's how it started.
So, ma'am, what is it you wish to say through your work?
I think as human beings, and we all want to be happy and we all want to stay happy, and that's how it should be. But there's a lot to see which is in the negative in this world as well. And I think the only reason why I like to take nice pictures is sometimes there are very moving stories. There's very different situations that people are in, which can be explained in the form of photos. So I think that's what I want to do. I want to take a photo and tell people a story that usually they wouldn't want to listen to because it's either too sad, too emotional. But just that form of media that I'm using, a very beautiful portrait, a very touching portrait of a person who has a story to tell, I think that's what I want to do. I want people to see the other side of life through this very creative art that we have.
And, ma'am, how important is photography for
I
you?
mean, it's a very
It
big
is.
part of my, I think it's a very big part of my life now, and I don't think I can do without it. It's already been a year that I haven't gone out, traveled, and shoot. I haven't been. And yeah, so it's a very big part. I mean, to me, it's now, I can't imagine life without my camera.
And, ma'am, one thing I would like to ask over here, that I have to came across people that what I have seen them, they just get into photography just to seek attention from the audience, not for example, if I explain it very clearly, that I have seen many people that they used to click pictures in auto mode in DSLR, that they can buy DSLRs and they get clicks pictures in auto mode, and just to seek attention from the audience. So what do you like to what do you like to recommend for those type of people that
It's a,
uh,
I mean, see, everyone
take it
likes
just
to.
as attention seeking?
No, I mean everyone likes to take
Attention
good
seeking.
photos. Everyone likes to have the attention. But I want to tell people that it takes a lot of effort for us when we are taking photos. So, there's no comparison between people who are really making an effort to make that one photo. Sometimes it takes 50 to 80 shots to get that one photo correct, right? So it's not just click, 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 and because you have a nice, very fancy DSLR that you become a photographer and you get the attention. But social media is like that now, where people don't really care about what your journey is and what you're doing. As long as you have a nice looking photograph, you'll get the attention. So there's a lot that comes behind character building of the photographer, understanding what the photographer's point of view is when they are taking the photos. So all of that can only happen, and social media is the wrong audience that you are pitching to if you are trying to be recognized as an artist. So I don't blame these people who are trying to get attention. I actually blame the audience who do not have any depth when they are looking at their photos as well.
Yes, ma'am. That's very good response, and I wish to hear such kind of response, and that's only possible from a professional photographers like you. And because what I have seen, that means what you would like to say, that there is a demarcation between those who are doing photography as their passion or as their hobby, and those who are doing photography just for to seek attention from the audience. You know?
Correct. I
Do you
mean,
want to?
there is.
Is it?
I mean,
Is
some
that?
people just want the likes, right? Some people just want the likes and just they don't want the traction on
Yeah,
their Instagram account.
likes, followers.
While the others are looking for something
Yeah.
more, that just depends on the audience, how the audience is relating and looking at you.
Like, if I can give my example, I don't used to have much followers on my Instagram account, but I used to click pictures, and my pictures are featured in almost many platforms, even now my college programs, they're also using my picture campus pictures or something like that. And but the thing is, I don't have that much followers, so what do you like to recommend for me, that should I worry about followers, or I keep clicking pictures?
I
I
honestly
mean,
feel that good work will be recognized. Yeah, I said good work is going to be recognized no matter how small you are. If you are clicking amazing photos, you will have people coming to your account and looking at it. So I don't think just because you've started small, you will remain small. If you create work that is well worthy, you will always have people who will come and look at it. So I always say concentrate on your work and not the number of followers. Concentrate on the quality of your work and not the quantity of your Instagram followers. So I think it's a very simple logic, right? You are active on Instagram, you're going to get the followers. You're not active on Instagram, your followers are going to start falling. I don't worry about it. I think in the past 1 month, I've lost 500 followers. That's because I haven't been active and I don't feel like being active. For me, Instagram is also something that I have to feel very passionate about to sharing it with my audience. Today, if I'm not in a state of mind of doing it, I won't do it. So I don't think all of these things really need to matter. It's about your work and what you're creating. So that's it.
Actually, I'm talking on behalf of those
I'm
who are
sure.
used to ask me that I'm not getting followers or something like that, or they are using third party apps to get the followers. And
There is numerous
so
ways of getting them.
so what's your opinion for social media? Like these days, like even the sponsors are getting towards those. Even when on my page I get more than 3K followers, that many sponsors they have approached me and they're saying that you have a lot of you're getting more than 3K followers. Then that means your audience is growing. At that means I would like to sponsor you. Just I will give you this type of amount and you just use my logo and all everything. So do you think that social media is they're playing a role in destruction of passion or
I
photography,
mean,
something like
honestly,
this? Do you think that? And
business is one side of social media. Okay, today it's people are very lucky that because of social media they can earn money. So it's very good. It's opening up another avenue. And art is social media is also to share your art, which otherwise you wouldn't have been able to do. So I see both things as very different things, and I don't want to mingle that. Again, depends upon the quality of audience that you have, how appreciative they are of your art, and having a business and promoting someone's brand because you have the reach and you have people who come and visit your account and everything. That's a business part of it, and you're lucky that you can do that. So I see business in social media and art and appreciation of art in social media as two very different things. It's not at all the same. So and I am for the business in social media as well, because so many people who couldn't even imagine they could do what they are doing today because of Instagram, which is great. They found a platform that they can, and it's okay to do that. And I don't see anything wrong with that. Of course, if you are going to only be promoting brands and not have quality content, people are not going to come to your page because they're going to get bored of it. No one likes to watch an ad for longer than 2 minutes, even in between two series on TV, right? So if you are only going to become a person who's just promoting, so you will lose your people as well. So you have to make a decision of why are you using your platform. Is it to share your art, or is it to make the money?
yes, ma'am. So who are the photography masters who inspired you in your photography works? Like whom you used to follow as your
I'll
photography
be
masters,
I'll be very honest with you. Of course, we have all the
as your
big names.
mentors?
I don't. I think I learn from everyone. I honestly don't have a single mentor that I have looked up upon and said I want to be like this person. I learn from everyone, really. I mean, even on Instagram, I see the newcomers and the kind of stuff that they are making, and I am inspired. I think, and that's how it should be. I'm not trying to copy someone's style, or I don't have a single mentor and I want to be like them. Of course, there are, because I'm in the genre of portraits, there's very, very nice artists who are in the in this entire genre of portraits. And I like to look at their work because it is inspiring to see how they've reached that point and their journey and all of that. But I think I learn from anyone and everyone who is sharing the same passion as me. And of course, I look at all their work on Instagram.
And ma'am, would you like to share about like right now you have more than 24K followers on Instagram, and so when did you started your account on Instagram, and how much followers in the initials do you have from today? And if we compare it, like in initial
No, I
days,
think
how much followers do you have? Because
I
you
think
were
when I started
yeah.
Instagram, it was very different. It was not like today. It wasn't like today. Of course, it took me a long time to get my 10,000 followers, and Instagram was very new. I started it in 2014, and it was very, very new at that time. 7 years
What,
now, I guess.
almost seven
Yeah, it was
years
very different.
Yeah.
There was no race of followers at that time, and the race has become very different. People were following me for my work at that time. People started knowing me because of my work and my portraits. and now it's a different rat race. It's not the same what I started it. So you cannot compare to what I began to what it is today. If I compare, I think me and my friend Pratik, he started the same time as me. We both started Instagram at the same time. Today he is at 200,000 followers and I'm not. So I don't think there's a comparison to what you can do about how you started and where you've reached. I'm very happy with my, with my growth. I think more than the number of followers, I'm very happy with the appreciation that I get from my audience. And it's become like a family. I mean, I have people who are commenting on my photo for 5, 6 years now, and I know them. It eventually becomes like that. So I'm very happy that I've got this family of audience that are
Yes,
very
ma'am. It used to
appreciative
happen.
and work further. I would have left Instagram long back, but today it's these people that keep me going.
Yes, ma'am. Your pictures are absolutely amazing. I used to follow them every almost
Thank
all
you.
pictures. And ma'am, actually, why did I ask questions? Because in my that this is actually my personal question. Because when I started, when I get to college in 2016, yeah, I got in MBBS first year in 2016. Then I started my Instagram. That was the first time, and I was also quite curious about for getting followers for the like 1 year or something before I started posting my pictures on Instagram. And I have seen that many of my friends they got more than 1K or 2K followers, and they are close towards 10K. Yeah, right now they didn't get to 10K even though, but the thing is that they are following 1000, 2000 now, and in return they are getting 1000, 2000. That's why I did ask this question, that initial
Yeah,
days
it's
followers in initial days and followers in present day, the difference in
it's
between
very
that.
different now. The whole
That
game
was
has
the
changed.
main
There's no
reason for
absolute
asking this
no
question.
yeah, no comparison to what it was before and what it is now at all. So yeah.
That simply means that just don't bother about the followers, you know?
You still have to concentrate on your work. That's why you're still here, right? So I think focus on one thing is much better for you.
Yes, ma'am. That's very important. So, ma'am, what is your personal opinion for those students or professionals, those who are in work, and they are in some other profession, and that's their main profession, no, no. And they are doing photography just as for their passion or hobby. But the thing is, कि, in the mid of term, it comes to their mind that just focus on your study or focus on your work and leave it for future. So, what do you like to recommend for them? Like, but still they want to continue their photography, with
Yeah,
their
but
main
you
profession, but the
always
thing
have
is ki, it comes
weekends.
to their mind that
See, photography is also a form of meditation, I say, because you're focusing on something, you're going out, you're seeing things, it freshens your mind up. So definitely focus on your studies right now because becoming a full-time photographer is not so easy as people think. So I definitely think that you can balance, it's work and play should always be balanced. And if photography is
yes,
your
the
play,
how that balancing can be done, yeah,
I
how
mean,
that balancing can be
I
done.
have a family, I have kids and
That's what
everything,
I'm
and
asking, how that
I
balancing can be done.
correct. So, if for me also is balancing my family life and balancing my photography life, and just taking some time off. It can be a weekend, it could be a Sunday, it could be dedicating. It can be waking up as early as 5 o'clock and 5 to 7. 2 times a week you go out and you do your photography. I honestly feel like it's a form of meditation that you're doing, and it just depends on how passionate and how hardworking they are and how much they like photography to make the effort for it. So I think it's a very individual and personal thing, but it's pretty simple to balance work and play. It's just like everything else. You're studying, but you still want to meet your friends. You will make your time. So if you really want to be into photography and not forget your camera and all of that, you'll still make the effort to be with it.
That means we always have to make efforts, to
That
get to
I mean,
their
that's in
to our
any
hobbies,
form of
and
field.
that
There
makes
is a lot of effort, which is why I'm saying becoming a photographer and getting recognized is not that easy. People really need to see that work of yours. They need to know. It's not like you got one photo and then next the 10 photos are not that good. People have to see that consistency in your work to understand you're good, and it's not easy to get that as well. So there is a lot of hard work involved. Of course, it just depends how passionate you are about this hobby of yours.
And ma'am, what is your photography routine? Like,
Honestly,
yeah,
for me,
you are
it's
a
no,
freelancer,
for
but
me,
still you have some
yeah.
routine.
For me, it's when I travel, I'm fully into it. I mean, I can go weeks and weeks traveling to do photography at a stretch, sleeping 2 or 3 hours a night. I've done that for like 8 to 10 days on a row, just because we were on a photo trip and you wanted to take photos. But otherwise, of course, when I'm back home, I try to take photos of my family, my friends, and all of that, and just so that I can remain in touch with my camera, or if I get an assignment or stuff like that. So it's like I said, it's how much I want to do, right? And but when I'm out on a trip, then everything, and if it's a photography trip, then everything is about the camera and nothing is about anything else.
And ma'am, we are coming to the end of this session, and I will ask just two, three more questions more, and then we'll end this session. Ma'am, how I have came across two, three persons, you know, that they used to say that मेरा phone अच्छा नहीं है, मेरा camera अच्छा नहीं है, इसलिए मेरी photo अच्छी नहीं आती. Does that really matter? That
I mean,
gears really matter for
I'm
you
not
to
saying
become a
I'm
good
not saying that
photographer?
yeah, I'm not
Gear,
saying that the gear doesn't
gears
matter.
really
So
matter.
it of course it matters, but it's not like if you have a vision and you don't have a very nice camera, you can still take nice photos. I mean, you don't have to have the best of cameras to make a good image. You can make a good image with a nice startup budget camera as well, or a nice startup budget phone as well. So I think it's the vision that's more important than the gear. But saying that, today, if you're in a low light environment and you're looking to take a nice photo, if you have an amazing camera or phone, it is going to take a nice photo. So I think it's a balance. But but blaming what you have to justify your photography, I don't think that's correct.
That means a photographer should have a perfect vision, na, to see the future or to recreate something. Na. That's what he's seeing.
Exactly.
Is it so? Na.
Definitely. I mean, a
And
perfect vision, a creative vision is what makes your. Mhm.
and it's my honor to feature you in this session.
Thank you.